Today we will discuss about theory of constraints. Unleashing organizational efficiency with strategic insights. In this session, we will explore the key concepts and principles of the theory of constraints and how it can revolutionize organizational efficiency. It is a powerful management methodology. The theory of constraints is a methodology for identifying the most important limiting factor, i.e. constraint, that stands in the way of achieving a goal and then systematically improving that constraint until it is no longer the limiting factor. In manufacturing, the constraint is often referred to as a bottleneck. It provides a strategic framework for organizations to optimize their processes and achieve higher levels of efficiency, productivity, and profitability. Next is key principles of TOC. TOC is based on three key principles. Identify the constraint. Exploit the constraint. Subordinate everything else. By understanding and applying these principles, organizations can effectively prioritize resources, streamline operations, and achieve significant improvements in their overall performance. Core concepts. Every process has a single constraint. Total process throughput can only be improved by addressing and improving the constraint. Focus on the constraint is the essence of TOC. Next is types of constraints. Constraints can be of different types, including physical, policy, knowledge, and market constraints. Each type requires a unique approach for resolution. Understanding the nature of constraints is crucial for organizations to develop effective strategies and overcome the barriers to their success. The 5 focusing steps are: identify, exploit, subordinate, elevate, repeat. Next is identifying constraints. Identifying constraints involves analyzing the entire system and identifying the points where the flow of work is impeded. Through techniques like process mapping and constraint analysis, organizations can pinpoint the bottlenecks and focus their efforts on resolving them to achieve optimal performance. Constraints can take various forms, including physical, policy, paradigm, and market constraints. Policy constraints are often deeply ingrained and challenging to address. The thinking processes are tools for identifying root causes of problems and finding solutions. Next is overcoming policy constraints. Policy constraints arise from internal rules, regulations, or policies that hinder organizational efficiency. By reassessing policies, encouraging flexibility, and empowering employees, organizations can overcome policy constraints and create an environment that fosters innovation, agility, and continuous improvement. Knowledge constraints. Knowledge constraints occur when individuals or teams lack the necessary skills or information to perform their tasks efficiently. By providing training, sharing knowledge, and establishing a learning culture, organizations can overcome knowledge constraints and empower their workforce to make informed decisions and contribute to the overall success of the organization. Market constraints. Market constraints arise from external factors such as customer demands, competition, or market dynamics. Organizations need to analyze market trends, adapt their strategies, and explore new opportunities to overcome market constraints and stay competitive in a rapidly changing business landscape. Next is exploiting constraints. Once a constraint is identified, organizations must exploit it by allocating resources and optimizing the processes around it. This involves eliminating non-essential tasks, streamlining workflows, and maximizing the utilization of the constraint. By doing so, organizations can extract the maximum value from the constraint and improve overall system efficiency. Throughput accounting is an alternative accounting methodology that focuses on increasing profit. Core measures: throughput, investment, operating expense, net profit, return on investment, productivity, investment turns. Next is subordinating everything else. Subordinating everything else means aligning all other activities and processes to support the constraint. By prioritizing tasks and aligning resources with the constraint, organizations ensure that the entire system works in harmony to maximize the overall throughput. This principle helps avoid unnecessary conflicts and ensures a synchronized approach towards achieving organizational goals. Drum buffer rope (DBR). Synchronizing production with DBR. DBR is a method to synchronize production with the constraint. The drum sets the pace, the buffer maintains steady production, and the rope signals when to release inventory. Next is measuring performance. To assess the effectiveness of TOC implementation, organizations must establish key performance indicators, KPIs, aligned with their goals. Metrics such as throughput, inventory, and operating expense provide valuable insights into the system's performance and help identify areas for further improvement. Continuous improvement. TOC is not a one-time fix but a continuous improvement process. Organizations must embrace a culture of continuous learning, innovation, and adaptation. By regularly reviewing and refining their processes, organizations can sustain the gains achieved through TOC and drive long-term success. Integrating TOC with Lean. Comparison of TOC and Lean objectives, focus, results, inventory, line balancing, and pacing. Applying Lean tools to identify the constraint. Lean tools like value stream mapping and GEMMA. Visual aids for mapping, 5S, Visual Factory, Undo standardized work, and Kaizen Kanban TPM, SMED, Pokyok, and Judoka can enhance exploiting the constraint, which will reducing downtime, changeover times, defects, and improving automation. Benefits of TOC. Implementing TOC can yield numerous benefits for organizations, including increased productivity, reduced lead times, improved customer satisfaction, and enhanced profitability. By leveraging the power of TOC, organizations can unlock their true potential and gain a competitive edge in today's dynamic business environment. Challenges and considerations. While TOC offers significant advantages, organizations must also be aware of the challenges and considerations involved. Factors such as change management, organizational resistance, and implementation costs can impact the successful adoption of TOC. By addressing these challenges proactively, organizations can navigate the path to success more effectively. Key takeaways. In summary, the theory of constraints provides a powerful framework for organizations to identify, exploit, and overcome constraints to achieve optimal efficiency. By understanding the key principles, types of constraints, and strategies for resolution, organizations can